Hi, Scorpios. We're in a different room. I hope the sound is okay. I think the lighting is okay. I needed a place where I could stand up to work today. I threw my back out doing like the simplest thing last night, and I had great difficulty just turning around in bed. But this morning I kind of inverted myself. Anyways, long story short, I've made a huge improvement in my back, but then I found when I was driving my son to school, like sitting was not good. Sitting was not good. So then I inverted my back again. I went for a walk, was feeling really good. My back is feeling like pretty good, but I know if I sit, it's going to compress it. So we're standing. So I have this raised countertop between my kitchen and my dining room. So I think this is really the only place I can do a reading and stand up. So I'm standing up today. And Scorpio, okay, you have a very interesting dynamic that is coming out in your cards here. So it's looking to me like you have a seed. There's a seed that you have planted here, okay? I think you've either, this could go one of two ways. You've either been trying to plant or get something across to someone here, and that seed has like taken purchase. The seed, the roots of like, it's sprouting. There's something that's sprouting here. If it's something that you have needed to believe in yourself, it's the same. That's the same. Some of you, it's going to be on this side of the story, others of you on this side. And when I say the different sides, it's you've been trying to plant an idea, get something across to someone, and it's happened. Like the seed has been, it has taken purchase. It's not just that it's been planted, but it has taken purchase. So it has found its spot in the soil and is starting to sprout. And right, and then the other side of this is like something in you that you needed to believe in, that you needed to kind of allow yourself to take purchase in an idea here and believe in it. Yeah, okay. So, and whatever it is, it's taken a long time. So this is the energy that I'm pulling out for you. It's the seed, and you got the camel too. So the camel too is almost like this perseverance. It's kind of giving me this this vibe of somebody who's planted a lot of seeds in the garden, right? And there's one seed here that is just not, it's not growing. Why is it not growing? And it's almost like it's your most cherished plant. Why is this one not? This is the special seed. I ordered from like across the ocean to get this seed, and it hasn't been growing. But it's sort of like persevering. Does it need a little more water? Maybe it needs a slightly different fertilizer. Maybe it needs a little more light. Let me prune this tree a little bit. Like, I just feel like you've put effort. There's been a consistent effort here for a seed to take purchase. Now, if that's in you, I want to say it's like your subconscious not giving up here to get through to you, to get through to the conscious and the ego part of your mind. This is the situation that you're dealing with. So the confident, look at this, the inner child, the eternal child, but that does speak of the inner child, and the stingray. It is lighting up all of the chakras. It is developing a strong sense of will and confidence here. It's kind of like it does feel like to me that this is someone that you're trying to get something across to. And the thing that's been trying to get to be heard, to be believed, it has something to do with infinite magic and possibilities here. That's what the situation is about. And there's a seed here that has been waiting to take purchase. And it just feels like to me that it's taken purchase here. The underlying cards are also very interesting. It's the Vision and the Oyster. So there has been something like that's been hidden, that hasn't been coming out. Something like really amazing and dynamic. Okay, I also get the idea here, because these are like adult hands in this image. And like you can have a vision too for like a child or someone younger than you, someone less experienced. And it's almost like their little hands have figured it out. Like you've passed on a torch, you've passed an idea here, but it's actually taken purchase, it's actually taken hold. I mean, I could really, really simplify this, and it could be like something like this, okay? It could be, let's say you're a parent and your kid, you've been trying to teach them, you know what, every morning when you get up, make your bed, do this and do that, because it sets your day off. It creates you set your day off organized and tidy, and you're already ready for the end of the day. So if you come back into your room, 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, and you're exhausted, your bed is just there waiting for you. Everything is organized. But it's like that seed never takes purchase. Nobody really, whoever you're saying this to, conveying it to, they're not getting it. They haven't been getting it. But then, so maybe they go off to college. They're not making their bed. Maybe they graduate college, university. They're not making their bed. And then they start a career, they start work. And it all just dawns on them, like, I don't like the way my life, I don't like how things are set up. I don't like the way my day goes. I feel, and it's like that seed. It's almost like that seed then takes purchase. And they think to themselves, mom always said, her dad always said, make your bed first. When you make your bed first, you start your day off organized and tidy. I'm not saying you have to make your bed. Some days I don't make one. But it's like that. And so they're like, all right, I'm going to make my bed. And then there's immediately this feeling of satisfaction. The first thing they are experiencing is like this feeling of accomplishment and satisfaction and organization. And it was a very simple thing to do. And then it just keeps going throughout the rest of the day. And it's like, it builds somebody's confidence here that this can be done. You can materialize anything that you wish. You can make anything that you would like to make here. It puts it in somebody's hands. There is sort of like a torch being transferred here as well, but it's also like, so some of you too, on a more personal level, if this isn't someone that you've been trying to convey something to or get something across to them, it's like your vision has finally taken root. Right? Like whatever vision you've had here, so it may not have broken through the soil. You may not see it. It may not be showing up to you. And that could still be part of this. It's developing a root system. Actually, it's kind of funny because it's really relevant to, I've made a couple of new flower beds around my property. And there's the previous owners, it's actually a lot of property and they've never planted anything. Talking to other neighbors though, that the previous owners had expressed that they had black thumbs. So they just really didn't try. They just planted shrubs. But I look at it, I'm like, there's not a single hoster. There's not a single perennial. There's like nothing on this. So I've been doing that, but it would be extremely costly to go to the garden center and buy all these like full grown plants. So I found a place that sells like the roots and the bulbs of like hostas and lilies and things like that. So, but it's funny because some of the ones I found, the ones that I planted as a bulb have sprung up faster, but the ones that I planted as roots, I'm not seeing anything. And I kind of like, I dig, go, oh, there's a little thing coming. So I put it back and I'm like, it's growing, but I can't see it because it's under the soil. But that's what that feels like. Like it's doing exactly what it needs to do. It wants to get a root system. It wants to get a purchase. It needs to be stable. It's almost like this little plant has found its home, but it doesn't want to jeopardize that. It wants to make sure that it's getting a good start. I don't know. It's like, and that's the vision. If this is someone you've been trying to convey something to, help them with something, they're getting it. It's rooting. Maybe even if you can't see it, right? Like, because that could also be the thing, because there's a lot of things that we can invest in, especially like with our own kids, or you keep trying, you think this is never gonna get, but then you may not even be there to see that eureka moment. They're off on their own and they apply something and it's working for them. There's something like that going on here for you. And it's really important though, because to me, what you're dealing with here is very significant. It is a confident, like the inner child, it does speak of magic and our ability to sort of like reinvent ourselves after, periods that have either come to a natural conclusion or things that have concluded in our life, maybe even in a difficult manner. But it is finding the other side of that too. It's, there's a very subtle death and rebirth energy that's in here too, which I always pick up with you guys. It's really kind of funny. So, right, it's lighting something up. I feel like there's magic lighting up, right? Because this is all too like creating all of this, coming out of this monochromatic state. and starting to develop all of this color, imagination, possibility, manifestation, magic, right? But it starts in a very monochromatic way. Really, it does. I mean, I look at my flower beds and I have these little tiny, big flower bed, little tiny green things. I'm like, one day, my mom even said, she said, are those things even going to flower this year? Because they're just like a root, or they're just, I said, you know what? I don't know. Maybe not, but I'm willing to persevere to get enough plants around like such a large piece of property without it being a massive expense. But hey, maybe I just have to wait a year. You have to wait. That's okay. I can plant some little annuals to brighten it up, right? Like there's something here that's worth waiting for. It's worth allowing it to get a root system. And it's going to be something spectacular. That I feel like that with all this color over here and what this is around. It's so, oh gosh, even look at the oyster. If you think about the oyster, like a seed. I had read once, like, when I was talking about different energies that are, I don't remember what, it was sort of like an Eastern teaching, like, I know, like outside of Western medicines, like Eastern medicines, traditional things like that. And it was something kind of like along that lines. And it was talking about the, almost like the life force energy within certain foods. Rice had a very, very powerful one because it could sit in its dry state for such a long period of time and not change. Like, it's just incredible, like how, and then certain seeds that are like that as well, like grains and rices and seeds and things like that have, like, they're described as having this enormous life force energy that does not deplete. It kind of like, it stays there in a stasis in a way. Like if you think of things like, you know, tomatoes and cucumbers and chicken and pork, like it has a, but you got to get it pretty quickly. Otherwise it depletes it, right? See, like this is something that it doesn't deplete. And it's almost like it's looking at the seed with all of this potential that's sitting inside it, just waiting to burst through. It's something is rooting here. You have a vision that is getting a root system. And I'm going to tell you to keep doing whatever you're doing with it. I don't know. I mean, you know, if it's, you know, at times if you periodically lose belief in this and then you regain that again, allow yourself to regain that belief. Give yourself that option every once in a while to believe that this little seed is going to grow. Yeah. Okay. So I want to get into the tarot. Okay, now I'm starting to shuffle standing up. It's really funny too, right? Because I've been doing, like, I am telling you, I've been working like a Clydesdale the last 2 months on my property, moving soil, moving wood chips, digging flower beds, doing this, chopping down an enormous, well, not chopping it down, but pushing back by 3 feet over 100 feet of overgrown cedar hedge, and like just the work that I've been doing. And then I throw my back out doing, like, I was on my hands and knees. I was reaching for something. And it was a toy that Lily had on. My back just went like that. I thought, really? After everything. But then I thought it's probably because it was just like internally tight there. The toy. Like, I'm so close. So I've been making a new area for Larry too. So those of you that are been watching me for a while, Larry has a play area outside. That's the cat. The cat. And so I've also been making him, about 100 feet of tunnel, like through with a fence system, a tunnel that goes all the way down to the back of the property where he's going to have this lovely area to go outside. Anyways, we're going to have the grand opening of that, I believe, this weekend. It's going to happen. So there's been a lot going on. All right. Can you tell me about the seed? The seed. I'm sorry too if I come off camera. I'm just not, right? Like, this isn't my normal setup, so I'm not watching what's going on there. Wow. The Hierophant. The Hierophant. That's pretty powerful. I'm getting like, ooh, the lightning. Okay, the lightning is giving me a really interesting message here, especially talking about a plant, because lightning brings nitrogen. it puts nitrogen into the soil. It's, what the hell is going on? Maybe there's some type of meaning behind all of that. That sounded like the popo, didn't it? That sounded like the police siren. I guess it's different in different countries. But anyways, this is harnessing, this is taking, the lightning is taking something that would otherwise be detrimental, harmful, and the destruction of the earth. It is the solar forces of the sun, the radiation. That's the first part of this breakdown. This transformation is the aurora borealis in the sky, is when those are hitting, right? Like when the sun flares are strong, we have like a strong aurora borealis. That's why, because it's moving that across the atmosphere. I can't remember. I read this years ago, or I think it was on a documentary. It was The Nature of Things with David Suzuki. I think he talked about it. And lightning is the last step in that process to alchemize the radiation from the sun that is constantly bombarding the earth. And it turns it into nitrogen, which is really fucking amazing, right? Like, to take something for your seed that could otherwise be detrimental, like destroy it, nothing could grow, and turn it into something that feeds the seed, nitrogen, right? We all know that nitrogen is one of those key components in getting plants to grow. That's what I'm getting with a key component to getting this seed to grow is, okay, there is some sort of patience that's required here. You're showing up in this though, right? Like that's your energy. You are showing up in this. There's a key component of patience, allowing a process to take place naturally, because this seed will have, I don't know what it's going to grow into, but it's getting exactly what it needs here. If you push it, if you say, oh, I'm just going to build Earth in a day and I'm not going to take into account that the sun is full of radiation and it's sending that to planets, but we also need the light from the sun to come in, so I can't block it out completely. Like, there's a lot of thought that went into Earth being a functional place here, right? That's pretty cool. So the Hierophant. You got Temperance. Wow. And it's all major arcana. This seed will grow. I mean, it will. There's a seed here that will absolutely grow. It's just crazy too, because the camel represents being able to handle the extremes of like extreme hot, extreme cold, extreme dryness. And, you know, even at times when it does rain in the desert, often it will just pour for a short period of time. And then that's it. What the hell is going on out there? That's a lot of sirens today. And look at this, like, right? Handling both the heat and the water. So let's see, you're persevering. Oh, you got the Magician card. Oh, wow. Tower and the Magician. That's really a lot of sirens for here. The Tower and the Magician. These are all major arcana, dudes and dudettes. They're all made, that sounded very 80s. All major arcana. You are breaking something open. It's like that hard shell that is on, actually it's kind of funny, like even the like an egg. I'm imagining it's like this for all mammals, but right, like when an egg has become fertilized and it's moving through the fallopian tubes, it has a hard kind of like, I don't know if an outer shell is the right way to describe it, but the exit from the fallopian tubes into the uterus is narrower than the rest of the fallopian tubes. And it's designed that way to pull off that kind of like tough outer area. And what it's meant to do is it's meant to prevent the egg from embedding in the, or trying to embed in the fallopian tubes. Not that that doesn't happen sometimes, but it can, but it's rare. But so that now when it falls into the uterus, it's falling where it needs to go to get purchased, right? This whole idea of a seed, it's breaking something open. It's breaking it so that magic can come through. The seed of magic. It's like the seed of magic has been planted. The seed of magic has been planted. It just takes time to grow. There's energies around it too. Like I'm gonna, you know, with this lightning that we're talking about, there's energies around it here that could be very detrimental to the seed if it came out too quickly. Things are alchemizing around some type of magic that you're creating. Some type of magic that's going to be hatched open. And this is all around the eternal child and the stingray. The eternal child. Could she get like more major arcana in this? The Wheel of Fortune. Tell me about the Wheel of Fortune. There's two cards came out. One is face down, one is face up. I can see one is a major arcana. Okay, one is not. Okay, the Five of Swords and the Hermit. I want to get a third one. Oh, the Ace of Cups. Okay, yeah, I don't know. It just, to be honest, it just keeps telling me the same message. I feel like I channeled most of it, and the tarot is just kind of confirming it here. That there's things playing out here that have to happen naturally. As something exists right now, it's almost like throwing the baby out with the bathwater, okay? It's kind of like looking at the garden and saying, okay, it's not growing. I'm going to plant something else here. Instead of giving it time to grow. Like, don't redig this hole and plant something else. There's also some type of deep internal healing that's going on here. And this takes time. It takes time probably beyond even what you think is needed in a situation, whether this is for you or someone that you're dealing with. It's like the universe has the time, has the calendar on this. There is strong rejuvenating energy here. This stingray. The Daughter of Wands and the Eight of Wands. There's a kind of feeling too of like somebody speaking up for themselves. Somebody saying and being heard. Somebody trusting. It's kind of like a sense of trust and exploration here. Having a sense of trust and exploration. Being more confident with that. What comes after the Eight of Wands? Did I call that the Eight of Swords? I don't know why I feel like I did. It was the Eight of Wands. The Six of Pentacles, the perfect balance. It's coming across like a perfect balance here. Oh, but this is almost like the plant that starts to grow. Oh my God. The lightning hits and the plant grows. Ah, wow. The lightning hits and the plant grows. But it's like putting something in the ground so it attracts the lightning. It feels like this stick now was planted by this Daughter of Wands energy and the lightning hits it. And then the plant grows. It gets the nitrogen that it needs. It's growing. Oh, I feel like there's already been at least two. Oh, shit me, right? And we have the lightning on there. There's already been 2 strikes of lightning here. There's already been 2 significant occurrences that have added the nutrients that's needed to something that you want to grow in your life. There's a third one here. I move those in the wrong order. Tell me more about the Daughter of Wands. Because that feels like, and it could be like somebody's action. It could be, right, like, it could be somebody younger than you. It's like the Page, a Page of Wands. Tell me more about this Page of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles. It is about the new beginning. Okay, but you know what's really interesting? This also feels like a seed that grows in an old stump. Like something that is knocked down. Taken down this tree and we're left with a stump. I've never done it, but I've heard like if you can core out a stump and, you know, enough to get soil in it and put something, like it actually, right, like that stump will decay and provide nutrients Something old becomes the foundation. Something old and destroyed becomes the foundation of some sort of new period of magic here for you. The Six of Swords and the Daughter of Swords. This is the clear vision. This is the clear vision of where one is going. I don't know, you've had some type of a vision too. This takes time. It has to naturally unfold. And in part two, if it is something that is involved with like an actual vision that you've had, right? That's like something that's been shown to you by the universe. And because it's been shown to you by the universe, it has to be done by the universe. Like that. That's what I have for you, Scorpio. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to ask, what is your greatest accomplishment yet to come? Which would be interesting. What is your greatest accomplishment yet to come, Scorpio? There's 2 options in the description below for the extended if you would like to follow me there. Thank you so much, Scorpichinos. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. Bye.